Thank you.
We are live. Too tired, too hard, too busy, too stressed. Stop giving excuses. Don't fool yourself. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm not here to inspire you. I can't. It's you who have to decide. It's you who have to do. It's you who have to choose. Dare to dream big. Dare to dream large. Dare to be you. Just you. And be better every day. अगर आप लोगों को फॉलो कर रहे हैं सक्सेसफुल लोगों को और वो जो कर रहे हैं आप भी वही कर रहे हैं, एक बार गिरेंगे, दो बार गिरेंगे, तीसरी बार भी शायद रिजल्ट ना आए, लेकिन रिजल्ट एक दिन आएगा जरूर। अगर उन्होंने वो रास्ता बनाया है और उस रास्ते से उन्हें रिजल्ट मिला है तो आपको भी वो रिजल्ट मिलेगा। लगे रहिए, करते रहिए। आज आप जो भी है, आपकी जो भी रिजल्ट है, वो आपके रूटीन, आपकी हैबिट, आपकी लाइफस्टाइल, आपके अगल बगल कौन है उस पर निर्भर है। अगर आप सोचते हैं आप कर सकते हैं तो आप कर सकते हैं, और अगर आप सोचते हैं कि आप नहीं कर सकते हैं तब भी आप सही सोचते हैं। डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम। अगर आप सोच सकते हैं तो आप कर सकते हैं। हर वो चीज जो ड्रीम की जा सकती है वो पाई जा सकती है। ड्रीम बिग, यू आर वर्दी ऑफ इट। कोई आपको कॉन्कर नहीं कर सकता है। एक बार आप खुद को कॉन्कर कर लेंगे, अपनी सारी लिमिटेशन को कॉन्कर कर लेंगे, तो जिंदगी में ऐसा कुछ नहीं है जो आप नहीं पा सकते। With that, I, Archana Singh from Miracle Rituals, with Atmanirbhar Bharat on Vocational, with all the collaborators, welcome all the viewers. आपके प्यार के लिए शुक्रिया, थैंक यू। अविशियस सर्कल, एक बार धन्यवाद करते हैं तो बार बार धन्यवाद करने का मौका मिलता है। आपके लिए मोटिवेशनल वीडियो, ऑथर स्पीच, बुक रीडिंग, गेस्ट, एक्टिविटी ऑफ द डे सब चालू है। और आज एक ऐसी शख्सियत है, आई नो जल्दी है आप लोग को सुनने की उनको। ठीक है, ठीक, मैं सोमनाथ जी को कहती हूँ कि वो हमारे गेस्ट को इंट्रोड्यूस भी करें और क्वेश्चन भी पूछें, लेकिन उसके पहले सोमनाथ जी के बारे में। ये खुद सोशल में बहुत काम किए हैं, है आईटी का बंदा, आईटी में बहुत कुछ कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उसके बावजूद सोसाइटी के लिए भी बहुत कुछ कर रहे हैं। ही इज MBA IT from Symbiosis Pune and MISc CS from MGU Rohtak. 16 years of experience with major player in IT industry, working an enterprise architect IT, part of UO Foundation NGO, core member of Atmanirbhar Bharat on vocation, active member of Adore India, Kolkata, Sezuba, Roti Bank। सबको पता है कि आजकल सोम टॉक विद सोम काफी फेमस हो रहा है फॉर करियर काउंसलिंग, so he's working a lot there. He has been working as Wipro CSR education in slum area, CSC CSR blood donation, necessity distribution, and spreading happiness to the deprived children in the orphanage by celebrating festivals and birthdays. HCR CSR, sending students for Vidya Gyan School. बहुत काम कर रहे हैं, आईटी में भी, एनजीओ में भी, बाहर भी, सब जगह छाए हुए हैं। So it's over to you, सोमनाथ जी. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Archana ma'am. Thank you. And thanks for the lovely words. Good afternoon, Lizzie ma'am. In fact, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah.
Somnath,
So,
Archana.
yeah.
Evening, ma'am.
Thank you. Let me say to our viewers few words about Lizzie ma'am. Dr. Lizzie is working as a Dean, Research and Consultancy in LBS Institute of Technology for Women in Trivandrum, Kerala. She is the founder and director of Lee's Intelligent Solutions Private Limited, Trivandrum, which is a startup for developing intelligent embedded products and providing software services. She has also designated as a research supervisor under APJ Abdul Kalam Technology University and guiding PhD students in emerging research areas. She has been selected as a Young Woman in Engineering for the Venus International Women Awards (VIVA) 2018. Dr. Lizzie completed her postdoctoral fellowship in wireless sensor networks from Tyndall National Institute, University College Cork, Ireland. She holds a PhD in Electronics and Communication Engineering with a specialization in signal processing. Dr. Lizzie published papers in 16 international journals and 19 international conferences. She has also published 4 books. One of the books, Campus Game, is a novel in Malayalam literature. So lots of thing about Lizzie ma'am. She did lots of things in her short tenure of her life. So I'm welcoming ma'am in Miracle Rituals and Atmanirbhar Bharat Vocationals. So welcome ma'am.
Thank you for the good words.
Okay,
And
so before starting, we have our viewers. They are watching us. So from the viewers' point of view, also from my point of view, I want to be go start discussing with you about your journey, how you started, and till now how you reach. So can you tell how your journey has started from your personal life to professional life?
yeah, actually, from school life onwards, I have some taste. I am very good in mathematics. That is why I thought of taking my degree in BTech. Actually, because this talk is also dealing with robotic technology. For robotic technology also the basic thing we need is a skill in mathematics. If you love mathematics, then only you can enter into these type of technological fields, particularly robotics.
Mhm.
And because the foundation is mathematics, so I started pursuing my degree in BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering. Then I have done my PG, and after that, writing a test, writing a government test, I have entered into government job, government service as a lecturer. And then I have done my PhD from University of Kerala in satellite images. Basically, it is related with the signal processing and all. And after that, out of curiosity, I have applied in some foreign university for my postdoctoral research because in India we don't have that much provision to work in real-time projects and all. So, in order to work in some real-time projects and to have experience with some foreign life, culture, and all, so that it will be equally useful for the students in my institution also. When I come back, I have joined there, and there I have done postdoctoral research in wireless sensor network, and there uh, I have to deal with the sensors and all, which is another basic component for robotic technology. So that's all in short about me, my
Okay.
path. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. So when we talk about robotics, so what is the history in India when we talk about in India perspective?
Um, in history, I would say there is not much history, particularly in India. But India is a developing country. But now India is digitizing everything. And if you just Google search, you can see in my time, there is no bachelor degree. We can't take bachelor degree, particularly in robotics. But now if you search Google, you can see lot of premier institutions in India is offering courses in robotic technology. So what I am saying is, if you want to prosper in this field, don't go for some short-term courses in robotics, or don't go for some easier solutions. So because if you search Google, even you can see robotics, many companies, institutions are offering 1 week course for robotics also. But unless you have very good basement in this field, I would say this mathematical modeling and all, you won't prosper in this field. So I would say better take a B.Tech bachelor in computer science, but now bachelor in computer science with a specialization in robotics. I have seen in many IITs are offering that. So uh, uh, there is where the history of robotics start in India, and you see during COVID pandemic situations and all, many startups nowadays India is promoting startups much more compared to earlier time. So many startups are coming forward for this robotics and automation, and you can see many small robots even in India in hospital reception, and I have seen in Delhi International Airport there is a robot called Vistara. So that is one of the remarkable robot in the history of India. TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, have developed this robot, and it will chit chat with the people coming there. And so a lot of things are happening in India. And I am sure that since we are digitizing, and we are promoting, our government is promoting digital India, and our government is promoting startups. And because nowadays government is saying, don't go for government jobs, get some skills yourself and do something novel. So
Superb.
many youngsters are highly motivated in this, and I am sure that after 10 years, India will be one of the leading countries.
Super,
Uh,
super. I hope so.
yeah,
Yeah, we are
yeah,
wishing for that.
yeah,
So, like, I'm just concluding your one words. Like you said, don't go for the shortcuts. You
yeah,
have to go to the full. Don't go for shortcuts in the robotics, right?
yeah,
So, like you discuss about COVID situations. So,
yeah.
like how robotics is more like play a major role in COVID-19 in across the globe. I'm talking.
Mm, yeah, across the globe, because robotics, when it comes to robotics, we have to equally think about automation. So, in COVID, what happened actually is the term lockdown introduced. People are
Mhm.
locked inside their homes, and no offices are working. And there comes the use of automation. Actually, if we are able to do something remotely, like this class itself, I don't want to come there and have to take an offline class for the audience. I can do it
Mhm.
remotely at my comfortable position in my home also. And in that way, you can see many pharmaceutical companies have efficiently used this robotic technology during COVID situation, to hand over medicines to the needy person, particularly for old age homes and all. And
Mhm.
at during COVID time, the hospital receptions also, because uh, because of this COVID pandemic, we can't hug each other, we can't touch, even
You
we
have to
can't touch
maintain
each
the
other.
distance. Yeah. Then,
Yeah, we have to maintain social distancing. So,
yes.
but uh, robot is immune to these COVIDs, and also robot can check our temperature and all. And in our state, in Kerala also, I have seen many startups have developed these type of robots and distributed to many hospitals.
Oh,
And
super.
yeah, so in one hospital, I have seen that the robot carry even food to people
Mhm.
in quarantine, people uh, uh, in the hospital rooms, because in
Yes.
that way,
Precaution we can take.
yeah,
Yeah.
in that way we can take precautions and all. And in some other countries like Germany and all, these small drones
Okay. Drones. Okay.
are, yeah, are efficiently used for food delivery and all.
Mhm.
So what I am saying is robotics is when it comes to robotics, everything deals with automation, and automation played a crucial role during this COVID pandemic situation to mitigate the situation, I would
Correct.
say.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So, you said that the people who want to go in the robotics, they have to use don't go for the 1 week or 2 week courses. So, can you
Yeah.
advise, apart from BTech in robotics, what other courses, like someone is already working 5, 6 years in experience, they're not going to do the BTech courses, right? So, they
Yeah.
have to do something from there only. So, what you advise to them?
Yeah, so actually, what I said is not for the experienced person. What I told is for an youngster, like
Yeah,
yes, school student or something. If he had a passion, it is better to go for a bachelor degree.
correct.
But for an
So, what about the experience? Yeah.
yeah, for an experienced person, first of all, they need the interest. If they have this mathematical skills and all, because robotics first deals with the mathematical modeling. So what I am saying is, first of all, they have to go for not directly go to a 1 or 2 weeks robotics course. First of all, some design courses, because
Okay.
robotics deals with the design and how mathematics is converted to design. So
Okay.
yeah, many design courses are there. Even they can go for this design engineering. So they can see this 1 week, 2 week design engineering courses, and
Mhm.
first of all they will go there, go for that courses, opt for that courses, and then slowly move into so robotics also. So if he has some knowledge, some previous experience in robotics, then it is good to go for 1 week, 2 weeks courses. But if he has no other experience in robotics, it is better to go for at least 1 month long course,
Okay. Okay.
uh, or take a 2 week basic robotics course and then go for an advanced robotic course.
Mhm, mhm. So,
Uh,
like, if you talk about the career perspective, so what is the vision or roadmap we can say in the robotics, the career of the growth rate?
yeah, I have a graph in that. So I think um, now we are dealing with the industry 4 revolution. So
Mhm.
even in industry 4 revolution, the graph, the statistic is saying 35 percentage job having done manually previously have taken by these robotics. Robotics means not, don't simply think about robots. I mean automating jobs. By
The
automating jobs,
automations, either it's
yeah,
robotics, machine
yeah,
learning, data science,
yeah,
block, all
automation,
the
data
things.
science, blockchain, all the things have taken 35 percentage of jobs.
Okay.
And it is going to increase because we are moving to industry 5 revolution, and industry 5 revolution deals with the cobots,
Mhm.
community robots and all.
Correct.
So if you are not skilled in this field, maybe you are not going to get the right job, because
Mhm.
in India, the most of the jobs government is offering is for clerical jobs. But when it comes to automation, artificial intelligence, and data science, all these clerical clerical jobs are uh, taken away, and those are replaced by these data science and all. So always there is job, but there is job only for skilled person. So that
Mhm.
is the
Correct.
only thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like you talk about government, so I want to be ask you, like, how government policies are supporting to the robotics, like startup companies. You talk about lots of startup companies open during the COVID time. So
Yeah.
how our government policies is helping us?
Um, First of all, start everyone. So most of the youngsters nowadays have a vision that they have to start their own company, but then this financial issues are all come. And but now government is saying first 3 years we don't want to file income tax return or anything. We don't want to pay anything to government. First 3 years it is completely free, and you can completely work with our vision, with our money, and lot of loans. If you search Google, loans for small scale industries, MSc loans are all,
MSME business.
yeah, MSc, a lot of, if you take this Udyog Aadhar and all, you will get lot of loans, and for first 3 years even you don't want to pay the interest itself. You don't want to bother about that amount and all. But what I noticed is most of the youngsters are not aware about all these facilities that government is providing. And
Correct,
even
correct.
even I am not a fully eligible person to talk about all these facilities and all that government is providing. But I would say I because I
Whom
have
should we
also,
approach, ma'am? Ma'am,
excuse
whom should
me.
we approach to be able to guide on this?
Yeah, first of all, what you have to do is, if you want to, if you have to plan a want to start a startup, you have to get an ID from Startup India. I have also an ID from Startup India, and once you log in and if you get an unique ID in Startup India, for that, what you have to do is, only thing is just log in, register your account, like registering your account in Gmail or Facebook or anything. Just register, and you have to provide your company details, that
Okay.
private registration, unique ID and all you have to register, and within 1 week you will get everything in your email. And if you log
Wow.
in that Startup India web page, in your login page, like you are login in your Facebook page, you will see lot of these type of talks are happening there. So what I have noticed is many youngsters, they know this and they will just log in and they will get the unique ID, and then they feel that okay, now everything is over. But unless you utilize this opportunity, at least once in a week you have to log in, like you are logging in your Facebook account. Then only you will see what new opportunities government is providing. Otherwise, you are
Correct,
not aware. And
correct.
even I also amazed with this wonderful opportunity. I just log in Startup India, and just in working with my laptop, I am able to see all the opportunities, all the challenges.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super. Super. So, like, Lizzie, you have your own working as a teen. Apart from that, you have your own organization which you have
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
So, I want to be asked from your organization what your organization is doing.
Basically, my primary importance for that organization is being an academician researcher and being the director of the startup. My aim is to reduce the gap between industry and academics,
Okay.
because yeah, having done postdoctoral fellowship from a foreign university, what I noticed is, compared to India, other developed countries have uh, a lot of interactions between industries and institutions.
Correct.
But here it is not like that. So what I want to do is, I have to start some professional courses, training programs, and at least if I conduct a 2 week training program for the students, particularly for the youngsters, for the college students, my vision is at least 2 days I have to
Okay.
give them provision to work in an industry. Just
Okay.
do a course is not my what my company is providing. If someone join in my company for a particular skilled course like artificial intelligence, I will provide them a provision by talking with some industries in Technopark in Kerala, in Trivandrum.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the technical hub in our place. So I will approach some of the companies, because in my company, being a very new company, I don't have that much provision. If 50 students join my course, I will not be able to provide them 50 students some live project. But I can approach some other industries and I can provide at least 1 day in industry, so that they will have a feeling that okay, what all I have studied as part of this training program is useful. I am
Mhm.
working in one of the real time project. Even if it is
Okay.
1 day, that is useful for them. They have a feeling, okay, these are useful. Otherwise, being a student, we all familiar that we will study lot of things and we don't know where to apply and why we are studying it, and that itself feel as reluctant to learn new things.
I'm just going to be add more few lines. Like due to that reason, a government came with the new education policy, the
Yeah,
NEP.
yeah, yeah.
So
National
that is
education
somewhere,
policy.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was something they want to be, de- decrease the gap between the professional and
Yeah.
educational. So that is what
Yeah.
they are working on. But
Yeah.
like we are lots of you have the big country, so it will take time. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So like if I'm going to talk about your organization, so what's your vision for next 3 to 5 years for your organization?
Yeah, now we are confined to only training programs and all. So for the next 10 years or next 5 years, my vision is I have to um, uh, develop some useful product, something, or I have to enter into product development also. Like something, some small sensor related or embedded system related. I'm not directly entering into robotic revolution and all. Yeah, that is what happened in for many startups. They will think something very big and uh, uh, but for me, I will slowly move. I am not jumping into some wide visions or something like that. So some exactly apart from training program, my vision is to enter into product development also. So that is use some products useful for society and equally for society, people, and environment.
Okay, super. So, as you know that this is our new me. So, new me is something we have to upgrade ourselves on daily basis, or you can say daily next step. So, how you are seeing yourself in new me concept?
New me, yeah. Anyway, for a person, for a person like me, change is always part of my life. So even if some crisis comes, I feel that it is good for us. It is good for me, so that I will study how to overcome this crisis, and I will learn that. That is why having a comfortable government job in Kerala. Um, all of a sudden I planned of going abroad and learn something new for 2 years. For 2 years I was there. My kids also, I have taken my kids also with me, so that um, I thought they will also get some education there. It is not because that country is developed, because to just adapt with the new situations and all. So yeah, those who are so what my advice is, those who are all thinking that this is a very unfortunate situation. Of course, this is an unfortunate situation, but we learned many new things. So next time, if similar situation comes, we are now ready to adapt with that new situation. So what all, so that is also my advice to all the youngsters and all, because uh, be the part of that changing life. Don't be in that comfortable situation, because that is equally good for us, equal and good for society, and finally good for our country also.
Mhm.
टफ
Okay, so
टाइम टफ टाइम्स में एक्चुअली हम खुद से अचंभित होते हैं हमारा वो रूप देखकर जो हमें पता ही नहीं होता कि हम हैं भी. It is during the tough time that we bring out the potential
Yeah,
अपने
exactly.
भीतर की वो चीज को लेके आ पाते हैं जो शायद हम एक कंफर्ट जोन में नहीं ला सके. तो वेल सेड कि कंफर्ट जोन में नहीं रहना है, नया सीखना है, नया बनना है एवरी डे.
Yeah.
एंड रोज कुछ ना कुछ करते करते वो बहुत बड़ा हो जाता है. यू हैव अचीव सो मच दैट यू आर हियर एट सच एन यंग एज. You are on the panel of Miracle Ritual and Atmanirbhar Bharat, and actually encouraging and inspiring a lot of people. So it's because of that small thing that you say you do every day. So बहुत बड़ा jump actually करना ही नहीं होता है. छोटी छोटी चीजें रोज करना होता है. Over to
Yeah.
you, Soman.
yeah,
Yeah,
so we have to.
connecting with that, let me add one more thing. So whatever situation comes, you don't need to worry, even if you are studying in a very local village area school or something. So what I am saying is, we are now in a digital world, and what I am saying is, if you have a 4G phone in your fingertips, the entire world is in your fingertips. You don't want to
Correct.
worry about anything. You are going to get the courses offered by even Stanford and Cambridge University in your mobile phone. So what I
Agree.
am saying is, always every day learn new skills.
It depends how you are using your phone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so like you are as a research supervisor for APJ Abdul Kalam.
Yeah,
You are helping to the PhD students, guiding them. So,
yeah.
what is the major challenges you are seeing with the PhD students?
For the PhD students, as you said, since India is very developed, India is a developing country, but India is a very large country. It will take time, if whatever new policies, if they have, the government have in vision, it will take time to implement. So nowadays they are trying to reduce the gap between industries and institutions, but still the research students are not getting that much opportunity to work in real life projects. So
Uh,
yeah, one of the student is working in pollution related project, one of my research student. So for that also, uh, I want to do at least a part of their project in real time in some industries. So I am equally trying to collaborate with the pollution control board and meteorological department and all. But since our government system takes some time, you can't just mail and you can't get a reply, fascinating reply within an
yes.
hour or something like that, like other developed countries. But I am sure that within 5 years everything will change.
Actually, government is also following the footstep. It is also going slowly, like you are
Yeah,
saying that
yeah,
they're also following slow and steady
yeah,
in the race.
yeah. But
Okay.
compared to foreign institution being worked in foreign institutions and all, what I felt is here everything is in slow motion, very slow pace. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
So on the lighter note, like what is the one thing which you are daily means doing daily, like some activities or something?
First of all, since I am working as an assistant professor in one of the government institutions, I have to teach the students. Not only teach, I have to motivate them. And but yeah, because motivating them, my students are always passionate to acquire new skills. I always tell, not the syllabus not fully cover everything. You have to think out of the box, think out of syllabus and all. So that is part. And then the second thing, yeah, about my startup. Today also, some 2 years ago, one another live training program was going on um, by my company about web development and all. So that is second thing. And third part is as a research supervisor, guiding the PhD students. So my day completes with all these main three activities, and
Okay,
then
okay.
family thing.
How far do you think personal growth leads to professional growth? How far
Okay.
does the personal growth leads to professional growth?
For
Your
personal,
mindset. Yeah.
yeah, that I would say both are mutually connected. Yeah, because personal growth, we need that good EQ and emotional quotient and all. We need a very good mind and spirit, and everything. Then only we will think good things. Then only uh, we think of studying new things, and that will add to our professional growth also. And being professionally, likewise, if we are growing professionally, like some 15 years ago I have joined as simply a lecturer, then taking PhD, after growing, then postdoctoral fellowship, then the students, then the society will always expecting something more from me. So society always expect I have to be a very good person. I have to deal them in a very good manner and everything. So that professional growth always mutually impact your personal growth also. Likewise, personal growth impact our professional growth also. So both are mutually
In-
connected.
Interconnected, we can say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so like you have published your 4 books,
Yeah.
right? So one of the
Yeah.
book like Campus Game, which is in Malayalam. So how you are doing like you are, I mean, so multiple roles you are managing. Like one side you are doing assistant professor, one side a PhD helping, robotics, then books. So how you are doing the all the things
And being a
Yeah.
mother.
and
Yeah.
being a mother? Yes.
Yeah, but basically these all depends on passion.
Mhm.
You know, like yeah, if you ask Sachin Tendulkar is the god of cricket, and yeah, when I started watching TV cricket in TV, I was a very big fan of Sachin Tendulkar. And if you ask Sachin Tendulkar, why are you batting? Why are you working hard all these days? You have taken centuries again and again and again, and still even the day of retirement also, Sachin Tendulkar is saying he practiced for 1 hour for his last match. If you ask him why he is practicing, you know everything. He will say it is because of his passion. So, like that, basically, it is as I said earlier. I want to do something novel. Always, I want to engage in something. My students always say they have never seen me sitting somewhere, sitting idle. So, and then I have this small writing skill and all. So when I get some time. So my last book I have published during this lockdown period, because that time I have nothing to do. I was simply sitting in home. Even online classes was not started that time. So I thought, why I have to sit idle. So I compiled some. It is in microwave engineering. So I have some study materials and all. The handwritten notes I have prepared some 5 years ago. So I thought, I have everything in this. Why can't I publish it as a book? So I myself typed everything in that. The specialty of that subject is it has long derivations and all. So to type all those derivations and all, it's a Himalayan task. So, but I got some time, so I compiled everything as a book. So it is not the matter of time, I would say. It is matter of passion. All have time. Each and everyone have 24 hours. Some other persons are utilizing time more efficiently than us. When I have gone the foreign countries, I have seen there many people. We will say uh, uh, their people are not working, that their people are simply enjoying life. That is the only job there. But I have seen many hardworking youngsters there. Even the students have very good circumstances in home. They have to work hard for their educational fee. They are not getting fees from their parents or anywhere. So I have seen their small students, high school students, are working very hard. And before going there, I thought that being a mother of 2 kids, as you said, I am very good in multitasking. I am very good person in that. But looking those small students, youngsters there, I thought, oh, those fellows are very good than me. So what I am saying is, yeah, what I am yeah, what I am saying is, even in developed countries, people are working very hard. They are not sitting idle. So everywhere people are working hard, and that is adding to their society. So
Okay,
yeah,
good.
don't stay idle. That is what my
Super.
advice. Yeah.
So you have your like only not only books published. Apart from that, also you have some conferences and your papers, which you means published in papers. So how it is different? It's which one is good actually? It's book or papers or journals. How it is?
If you ask which one is easier, I would say writing books is easier because publishing papers and all, it needs some mental strain and all. It needs some designing and all. You have to use your head very much. But other thing, because it is my passion, I can simply write. So that is easier. But conferences and all, because if you code for robotics, artificial intelligence and all, it needs significant level of coding and all. So if you code something, uh, and if you just keep in your system, no one is noticing it unless you publish it as a paper. Unless you publish your results as a paper, no one is noticing it. But now, if you just search Google in IEEE papers, if you just Google search my name, you can see many papers. But my books, maybe I have not yet published a um, very hi-fi book that has been viral. But my papers, anyway, it is already available, so my everyone can see my results, my research works, and the research community can gain something from that.
Super.
Hard work pays more.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so before going to be ask you or close it, I would ask Archana ji to ask something if he want to be relate with Numi.
Today, I started with a quote: too tired, too hard, too busy, too stressed. Stop giving excuses. It was so rightly synced with the personality today that we are having.
Correct.
It seemed as if I knew her from before and everything, and I knew what the talk is going to be, and accordingly, I have made everything. It was really an awesome, I started off something, and that explanation ma'am has given from her own life. So,
Lizzie, am I audible for
what
you?
happens actually in the
Yeah.
world is whatever I have told
Hello,
today, that, yeah,
Lizzie, am I audible for you?
Yeah, I am audible.
yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah,
you are.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
please continue.
So I was thinking it was getting so synced with whatever we were saying today. And we have been doing a new me drive and telling have a vision. So we have till date so many people who had a vision and has achieved it. We said have a goal, and we have so many people who have it. And we said we are not here to inspire you, we are not here to motivate you. It's you who can do it. And here again we have a guest, Lizzie ma'am, who's proving it at such a young age. So much of work she has done, and so much of things she has done that she has already proving it. What new me means. So we are not just saying, we bring a role model for you all. So take this role model, do the modeling, be with right people, because if you think you can, if you think you don't, you don't. Some of you are sleeping on your talent. Please wake up. Some of you are sleeping on results. Please wake up. Because when you wake up, you're going to give a lot to the world, like one we are having today, Lady Ma'am with us. With that, I would like to thank everybody, Somnath ji, Lady Ma'am, for being here. I would love Lady Ma'am to give one thing that youth must be doing it in order to improve their life, and then Somnath ji is going to conclude it. Lizzie ma'am, one thing, one message to the youth.
Yeah, if what I am saying is everyone want our country, our India have to be a developed country like any other country like Germany, France, and or USA. But just think how much we are as an individual we are contributing for the development of the country. So keep this in our vision to make our country a developed country equally. Now itself, we are equally competing. We have many very good scientists, researchers, and all. But everyone try We have lot of potential. Our country have lot of potential. Our country have lot of educational institutions. Our government is paying huge amount of money in as part of salary and as providing facilities and all. Use that and become a better personal, both as a human being and as a professional, because this industry 5 revolution, technology plays a crucial part. So unless you are a skilled labor, no one is going to give you a job, even if in India or in any other country. So become a skilled labor, learn new courses. Technology is going to play a vital role. So think in that direction if you have not thought about that. Okay.
Rightly, rightly said. Rightly said. You are that we have to learn the new technologies and accept the challenges. So rightly said you are. And it's really delighted that you are with us and you told our viewers their journey, how you in the short term of your age you completed so many things. No one can believe that you have completed so many things in so looks like you, for you it's a 48 hours a day, it's not 24 hours. So thank you Lizzie ma'am, thank you Archana ma'am. And that we are going to be wind up the session today. So IT team, please wind up.